Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome last night, President of the National Academy of Building Arts and Sciences, National Capital Investigative Chapter.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 59th Emmy Awards. Before we start the show tonight, there's just a few items we need to cover. First, I'd like to recognize our sponsors and our production partners. These are the people who are helping us make tonight's Emmy Awards possible. We begin with Infinite Design, led by principal lighting designer John Biesta. John does lighting design on Broadway and in London. He was also the lighting designer for the current Sports Center set on ESPN. Last year, we asked John and lighting director Tyler Perry, love the name, to come up with something creative for a new Emmy Awards set. I think this stage is stellar, and if you would bear with me, let's give them a big round of applause for all of this. Next on the list is Digital Lighting. They provided the lighting instruments and the rigging. They constructed the actual stage and all the stage elements, as well as our red carpet step and repeats. Thundershot Studios, they're supplying our jib camera and a bird's eye view of tonight's Emmy Awards. And you can clap, yeah. Driving is encouraged. MXPI Live Streaming Media, they're streaming tonight's Emmy Awards live on CapitalEmmys.tv. And Pete Estrada Photography, the official still photography for tonight's event. I'd also like to thank Maryland Public Television for being our broadcast partner for this event. A special shout out to Phil Jolly and the Hard Drive Band for keeping everybody in rhythm. And Just Debates, who guides our social media campaign for most of our events. Tonight we're at Capital Emmys on Twitter with the hashtag CapEmmys. If you haven't tweeted your red carpet pictures to hashtag CapEmmys yet, it's not too late. Please be a part of the night. We'll be checking the red carpet pics all evening, so tweet and post away. There's a card on your table for all the social details. I also want to recognize Gala Productions and their owners Wayne Howerton and Nick Arnold. Lane is here tonight calling the show from the back of the house. Ben Price is backstage handling all the video tonight. They're providing the TV production and video editing. Also tonight, we would not have been possible without the hard work of the chapter staff. I try to mention them every time I speak in public. Our executive director is Carol Wynn. Our associate director is Ashley McKeevan. Our awards and judging coordinator is Sharon Sullivan. Finally, a special thanks to those who have volunteered your time and experience to the life of our Academy. We all work in a demanding profession, but despite that, our Board of Governors, the officers of the chapter, and the individuals who serve on our committees contribute thousands of volunteer hours to our Academy because they believe in our mission to represent excellence in television arts. Speaking of which, while you're enjoying your salad, I'd ask you to bear with me for a moment. If you're nominated for an Emmy tonight, could you please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, these are the people who represent the very best of our profession. Whether you're standing or sitting, now is the time to say congratulations. One last thing before we get to what I call the rules of engagement. Joey Asheroff refers to this as kind of the elephant in the room. I'm honored to have been elected to serve a second term as president of this great organization. It's a responsibility that I do not take lightly. I also understand that since the beginning of this year, our profession has been under the microscope, perhaps more so than ever before in history. I would encourage all of you to become a part of that discussion. In fact, it is my hope that this Academy, and this chapter in particular, becomes an important voice in trying to bring sanity to this dialogue. Whether you work in journalism, in entertainment, or in marketing, what holds us together is that we're able to do what we do because we live in a country that holds free speech and a free press among its highest ideals. Scott Kelly of CBS News put it best recently when he said, "There is no democracy without journalism." Remember that. We should not be afraid to talk about our business. What we do is important, and we should not be afraid to say so. Now for the rules of engagement. Based on your feedback, we're keeping the format that we used last year. Nominees, as well as Emmy recipients, will be announced from the big screen. If your name is called to receive an Emmy, congratulations. We encourage you to move to the stage quickly. Once here, you will be given 20 seconds to speak. That is not 20 seconds per person, that's 20 seconds for the entire group. There's a timer right in front of you, so when your time is up, you'll know when your time is up. So when you're standing up here, remember, brevity is the name of the game. Be brief, be brilliant, and be done. Once you're finished, step backstage, we'll take the statue away from you. Don't fret. Once that happens, you'll be escorted to our secure Emmy vault, where you can get your actual Emmy award with your name on it. We no longer ship the bands later. That's a relic of the past. Remember, we're streaming live on documentaries.tv. The show will be rebroadcast on Maryland Public Television on NBC2, so please watch your language. Once the show is wrapped, we invite you to our after party in the hotel bar called On the Rocks. It's just down the corridor from the ballroom. I'm told that the last call is at 1:30 and I will be gone long before that. If you're running out of juice on your phone, you can charge up in the back. We're streaming live on CapEmmys.tv. We're crushing social media with the hashtag CapEmmys. We want to trend to DC. Thank you for coming. Let's have a great show. Thank you for
program for you all. We're going to be checking in with our social media guru, Jessica Bates, over here. She's going to be working the keyboards throughout the night. Also, we'll be checking in with our Voice of God announcer, the Voice of God, and also the Voice of C-SPAN, our Tiller. Give a round of applause. Now, we know everybody in this room wants one of those golden statuettes. And assisting us in the process of delivering them to winners. As you see, arrayed behind us here, the Wizards, Girls, and Valorettes here. You're going to see the Montreal Sports and Entertainment. All right. Fellas, for those of you that might come up here, the rules apply the same rules in the club. No touching. Okay?
Of course, we want to say also a big welcome to everyone's favorite band, the Bill band. Absolutely fantastic. Right. They're going to be playing a lot of great theme songs, TV theme songs tonight. So see how many of them you know, how many you can guess that we get a quiz later on tonight about that. Also, I want to let you know a couple of facts and figures. This year there were over 1,000 Emmy entries. 1,000, and after a long judging process, we've narrowed down the number of winners to 832. So it's been a very long night. Actually, the judging was done online, also in person, by panels from Montana, Lone Star, Ohio Valley, Rocky Mountain Southwest, Pacific Southwest, Sun Coast, and Upper Midwest NATAS chapters. We also got some votes in from Russia, which was a little surprising. Yeah.
All right, folks, and we'll just later on, really the winner of our Betting and Street Scholarship, along with the very, very prestigious awards, the Ted Gates Award, and the Board of Governors.
All right, I will be back in just a little bit. We want to get things kicking off tonight with the first event of the evening, the first set of categories. Pay attention to your screens.
Remembering Mr. Tatsko. Into the Woods, one man's journey to reclaim history. Scott Rensberger's Open Road. The Emmy goes to 2 nominees. Into the Woods, one man's journey to reclaim history.
We don't know what's here, so I'm interested to start uncovering, see what we find, see who's there. That was 3 years ago. We started uncovering more than we thought we ever would. In the older part of the cemetery, we have found, the gravestones for some of the really prominent African Americans in Richmond.
Among those, William Costello, who he died more than 100 years ago, was thought to be the wealthiest black businessman in Richmond. Also, the final resting place of Rosa Dixon House was uncovered.
5 years of trying, 3 years of nominations. This is my first win. I'm going to have to dedicate this to my mom. The night this aired, we found out that day she had a stroke. And luckily, this is all pre-recorded. And I left and went to the hospital room with her. Despite all that she was going through, she wanted to make sure she stopped the nurses that night, and she made sure to watch my story. It was airing that night, and here we are now, 7 months later. That night she couldn't walk. They didn't know she'd ever walk again. And if you wouldn't mind, we give her a big round of applause.
This 2-mile-long driveway
that led to a better world. It was a period in our history when Black Americans were still being lynched, but many found comfort and kindness at a door.
Hey, thanks. I'd like to thank the lady, my hot, sexy wife. I'd like to thank Bill Lord for giving me a job. I'd like to thank Eric Lee for treating me like a part of the team. And I'd like to thank Sam Dewey for keeping everything on track and making sure I don't hear anything that sucks. Thank you so much, Sam.
In Chesapeake Heritage Program Special, the nominee is Conway Dam, Power on the Susquehanna.
The Emmy goes to Conway Dam, Power on the Susquehanna.
60 cents for school work. In 1926, I was 19 years old. I shot trees and broke out vines and suckers to build a 7 or 8 acre area.
I'm Ken Day from Maryland Public Television, and I'm here to accept on behalf of Michael English, executive producer, John Paulson, director, Patrick Ridgely, associate producer, and Tim Pugh, chief conductor. And we thank him, his front office, for its unwavering support, and Mr. and Mrs. Edward Kaplan for their generous support. Thank you.
The nominees for military program special are Left Behind, Maryland Vietnam War Stories, Honor and Gratitude, Chronicles of Montgomery County Vietnam Veterans. The Emmy goes to Left Behind.
And night light pick up for pictures and packages left behind.
Put a lot of effort in this. And right out here. And all that.
And from here, they end up in one of those blue boxes at the warehouse.
This would not have been possible without leadership at Channel 7 and Seems Like Broadcasting, so thank you so much. But in particular, without the passion and gifts of Kevin Jones, so thank you so much.
In Health Science Program Special, the nominees are On War Within, the battle against PTSD and veteran suicide. Join the movement.
The Emmy goes to Join the Movement.
There's a place for everyone to get involved. If you sit on your couch and complain about things, you're complaining to nobody but your couch. And if we get out into our organizations that are trying to find a cure, volunteer somewhere, give blood.
And we can start wearing gold. We can start going to SureFest and raising awareness, and we can just do the little things. And then it gets bigger because more people do them.
The nominee for Politics Government Program Special is Seize. The Emmy goes to Seize.
Into state and local law enforcement were racially profiling Hispanics, African Americans, and just seizing all the cash they had. Bring numbers. That's what I did.
Crazy. That's something that
We really like
We have to thank our executive producer, Grace Upper, and John Solomon and Steel Circa News for bringing us on to Circa. We are so honored that we led Circa with our documentary first day of its launch, and we really can't thank Circa, Sinclair, John, all enough. You know, making documentaries for a living is an absolute dream. Thank you. Thank you so much.
In the Academy Education Series Program Featured Segment, the nominees are the Mayor of BSU, Artworks, 4Kids, The Skills Gap.
The mayor goes to two nominees tonight. the mayor of VSU.
I'm the one thing I'm sure is Dr. Richard. I have weed on my brain and I have several problems. Was Dr. Richard everyone else? Several problems muscular. It affects a part of the childbirth human body and it affects my left side.
Just want to say thank you on behalf of Virginia State University and our president, Dr. McCullough, for all the support. And it's always an honor to be a winner, nominated by your peers, and we appreciate you very much. Thank you.
And music is an incredible tool to use because music is non-judgmental. When you play a phrase on the tuba, on the violin, you're always right.
There are a lot of things that we're combating in these communities, and it's serious stuff, but we have.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank my family first, my husband Mike, who also did some of the camera work on that story, and my parents and all of my family. And I'd also like to thank the wonderful people at Maryland Public Television for giving me the opportunity to tell this story. I really appreciate your trust and confidence, and this was a very awesome story for me. And thank you to all of you who continue to tell important stories for all of us. Thank you.
For education, schools, program special, the nominee is VSU Today, episode 13. The Emmy goes to VSU Today, episode 13.
Welcome to the Center for Entrepreneurship on the campus of Virginia State University. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. As a reminder,
Opportunities in business for students of Virginia State University, especially avenues of college and business, all on the rise.
What I had done was develop a website. It just really took off.
Once again, just want to thank Virginia State University and all the support from the office of the president. And again, just greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
The nominees for Informational Construction featured segment series are Back from the Dead, Saving a Life with an AED, Active Shooter, Run, Hide, Fight.
The Emmy goes to Active Shooter, Run, Hide, Fight.
If you're working in an office or in a public space, you'll have little time to declare when the shooting starts. If you find an escape route, take it. If not, you'll need to improvise.
But if they were to, they take partners to the Marshal Service and the staff, the cast and crew. Thank you.
I'm also watching Facebook and Instagram, but the majority of the conversations happening on Twitter, except, conversation, guys, come on.
All right, first of all, tell us how many those who haven't said something in yet, how many?
Well, the hashtag is #, and you follow on Twitter at
Give us a rundown of what you've been seeing so far. Anything good? You're going to see, we're going to have a running tally here on the small screen up here of all the things you guys are sitting in. So when you in between mouthfuls, you find a way to say something. And I guarantee you, after the wine, after you get what, maybe 2 or 3 more glasses of wine, they'll get a line. All right, good. We'll check back and get this. All right, let's check out our next batch of nominees.
For magazine program special, the nominee is ABC 7, Stories That Matter. The Emmy goes to ABC 7, Stories That Matter.
And then, around the level, you can get more down.
Begins with one of the boldest ideas of the 20th century.
I feel so blessed and lucky to be able to tell long-form stories. And I want to dedicate this to my daughter, who's my date tonight. It's my daughter's 13th birthday, and she wanted to come here tonight. What a great way to celebrate. Thank you so much.
The nominees for magazine program feature segment are Brittany's Best Shot, Police Officer, Walking Through History, the National D-Day Memorial, Photos of Farming.
The Emmy goes to Walking Through History, the National D-Day Memorial.
It is a national memorial that tells the story of the invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944. It is located here in Bedford, Virginia, a community that suffered the highest per capita losses than any other community in the nation. This is the National D-Day Memorial.
In documentary, cultural, topical, the nominees are Heroin, the hardest hit. From the Wings. The Emmy goes to From the Wings.
Before a little bird, I came on stage when it could speak. I was nervous, I was shaking, I was crying on stage. I knew I had to do it. It would make Catherine cry. I wanted to make Catherine, I wanted to make Catherine happy. So,
on behalf of the crew at Human Story, thank you.
The nominees for documentary historical are The First Official Thanksgiving, Feeling Good About America, the 1976 presidential election.
The Emmy goes to Feeling Good About America, the 1976 presidential election.
Carter was looking at where's my support, but also where can I improve. One thing he did effectively was recognize to me what was then in 1976 called a rock and roll vote. We very seriously courted guns and journalists Leonard Thompson got like a Rolling Stone endorsement. Carter started hanging out with the Allman Brothers and Charlie Daniels Band.
In the category Public Current Community Affairs, featured segment series, the nominees are Hashtag No Barriers, Pink Ink, Tattoos for Breast Cancer Survivors, Read, Dream Billy Johnson. The Emmy goes to Read, Dream Billy Johnson.
Lawrence, I would have a family that didn't have a chance to see me do. When all of them died, I was alcoholic, crackhead alcoholic. And they're dead now, and I see I changed my life. That's why I get up every day. Be consistent.
Thank you. I'd just like to thank two members of our team who couldn't be here. Mark Jones, who's the primary director on this, and Randy Paul, who was an intern with us, who taught us maybe more than we taught him, and especially Antoinette Thompson, who amazes us every day with her creativity. And also especially I would like to thank DC Central Kitchen for the amazing work they do in the community, and Phil Johnson for sharing his story with us. Thank you.
For short format program, the nominees are Carrier of Dreams, Crow,
And Emmy goes to both nominees. Carrier of Dreams.
This first ever was from playing because it had never been a plane before. And somehow we came to this point of pulling out on the aircraft carrier.
Crow.
This is 100% because of this man right here. If you haven't met him tonight, Colin. Just yo-yo. Yeah, W. We have about 15 seconds left.
The nominee for program host moderator is Chris Leary, program host composite. And he goes to Chris Leary, program host composite.
And good morning, I'm Marquette Shepard. I'm staying far away from you, Chris. I don't know what you say.
One of those people are going to stop talking. I appreciate the time I spent at WUSA 9 at a great day. There's a lot of people in that building. Mom and Dad, undying support. Unbelievable. Dad's no longer with us, he's still with me. And the reason why I'm so happy on the air, one of the main reasons, sitting right over there. Her name is Michelle Sayat. Darling, I love you and thank you so much for everything you did. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me.
Check your panties. About 175,000 mice. I think that's what you finish for you.
One last beauty shot for me.
I think we lost it.
That's 75 Fahrenheit. Let's go back to this area of pattern. It's been sitting across the northwest.
We're here at the micro. People are doing it the old-fashioned way. They're just filling out bubbles here. I want to turn some of these people around and ask you guys, sir, can I ask you, if you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
within 24 hours. The nominee is Benjamin Leonard Gorski.
The Emmy goes to Benjamin Leonard Gorski.
Everybody at WBFF over here, tables 10 and 17, you guys are amazing. Best reporters, producers, photographers in the business. Jeff Abel, thanks you for all your help and your mentorship over the years. Thank you.
The nominees are Heroin, The Hardest Hit, Building Angel Heart, Brad Wilson, Composite. The Emmy goes to Building Angel Heart. The Emmy goes to 3 nominees. A Place of Honor and Healing.
There are few places on the American landscape as revered as the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. The wall, simple in its power, is not political. It doesn't need to be.
I owe a deep sense of gratitude to Indiana University professor Marjorie Hershey, who in my sophomore year of college handed me back a paper with a D- on it and said, "Your writing is so bad that you need to take a remedial writing course." Sometimes you need to kick the ass, don't you? Thank you.
That's 4 with 2 minutes.
Yes, I was shameful enough to put 2 into the same category. Thank you.
Open Books is his writing philosophy.
At first, everything seemed normal. But when Max Masucci turned 3, his parents, Greg and Maya, knew something was wrong.
Took me a while to absorb that and accept it.
He was late to crawling, late to talking. Max was done. Thank you. I'd like to thank Samara Hewing again for helping me out. And I'd like to thank Mike Shue and Nancy and Derek Durlak for just being in this region and making it so great. Appreciate it.
The nominees for photographer video essay are Chip Basin Composite, The History of the Washington Coliseum. The Emmy goes to Chip Basin Composite.
I want to thank
WDG family. I want to thank Jerry Hayward, loved my life for 20 years, and Mr. Jolly. May I please have John move over?
How I Saw It, a year of photography at WJLA. Brett Wilson Composite.
The Emmy goes to both nominees.
Look at past weeds and cattails on this 400-acre property, and you'll find an unlikely gathering of results.
I'd like to thank my team at WJLA for trusting me to do these kind of projects, and I'd like to dedicate the cap that is the Vietnam composite to those names on the wall and to those who did not come home.
Brad Wilson Composite.
They arrived from the four corners of Virginia. Asian veterans answering one last call of duty, each with a story to tell.
Where are you coming from?
I would like to thank my beautiful wife, Stephanie, who, whenever I come home and say, hey, you want to watch the story? She always says yes with a smile on her face. And we have a baby due in 1 month, baby girl. And also, Greg, we worked on so many stories together, and a lot of these stories were ones I did with you. Thank you.
In the category Photographer, News within 24 hours, the nominees are Through a Photographer's Lens, Take 2. Chip Basin Composite. The Emmy goes to Through a Photographer's Lens, Take 2.
Well, we're down in deep. Ready to rock the red. Rock the red, we gotta hear our voice on that.
It's only a few simple words.
Yeah, rock the red, everybody!
The Washington Capitals fans.
All right! Yeah!
You're in for a championship.
You can't get any better than that. We're number one right now. We're killing it. This is Gala, right, bro?
I'm not Dwayne. Dwayne is not here, but Dwayne is one hell of a photographer. He is now working for Sinclair Corporate on a major project up there. So, Dwayne, this is for you. Great job, pal.
The nominees for video journalist, no condiment are Composite, Gessler Reporting Compilation, to Neil Gibson's DJ Composite.
The Emmy goes to Neil Gibson's DJ Composite.
Going back, I was very excited about P1 Cafe located in African American High School.
This is my first day in this category, so thank you. My father's here, my mom's at home, my dad's here with me, so thank you to my parents. Special shout out to a couple of my coworkers. Melinda Wilbright, she helped me with one of the stories on my reel. Jason, he's my neighbor. We talked about creative ideas. And Perkins, he's like my editing mentors, and he's not here tonight, but that's all. Thank you.
The nominee is The Weather of 2016, A Year to Remember. The Emmy goes to The Weather of 2016, A Year to Remember.
I consider myself a broad person. It's a tendency of mine to be late, which is
crazy in this business as well. To be good and loving, you need to plan ahead and be in the right place at the right time. So I walked in about 2 minutes ago, literally. But very happy to be here and happy to share this with my wife of now 12 years. And it's been a great adventure. Not the least of the adventure of the past 30 minutes. Ubers and cabs. Ubers again. Thank you all.
The nominees for Anchor News are Adam Longo, Anchor Composite, Elias Composite, Steve Cheney.
The Emmy goes to Elias Composite.
This thing is almost 100 years old, maybe older than that. Actually, had to be moved at one point. We have built.
Thank you very much. I know it's an individual achievement award, but let's not kid ourselves. This is because of the team. We have a great team at JLA and Sinclair, from management to editors, producers, executive producers, reporters, tech folks, and some of the best directors in the business. To all of them, thank you. This is here because of you guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome again Les Heinz, the president of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, National Capital Assembly.
Hey folks. About 6 years ago, my predecessor, Sean McGarvey, began the practice of recognizing one individual whose volunteer work on behalf of the chapter in our academy stood out amongst the rest. He called it the President's Award, and it's grown to become very important to us. This is a chapter recognition, and as chapter president, and there goes the mic. As chapter president and a former recipient of this award, I'm grateful for the opportunity to continue that tradition. But before we get to that, I need to offer a few thanks. First, I'd like to say thank you to our outgoing Board of Governors. For those of you who are transitioning off the board, we are grateful for your service and humbled by your dedication. Secondly, I'd like to say to the incoming board that I'm excited about what we can accomplish over the next 2 years. We held our first board meeting about 10 days ago, and there were a lot of new faces. This is a diverse and dynamic and dedicated group of individuals. Our academy, our chapter is in good hands. Finally, I'd like to say thank you to all of you, to our membership here in the audience, to those of you who are watching on the live stream or on the broadcast. As you may have read in recent months, this has been an interesting year in the life of our chapter. We are an organization that celebrates regional excellence in television arts, and our efforts to reassert that this year left us open to what I call unfair criticism. Your support, your overwhelming support, to guided this leadership of the Academy, and we are extremely grateful for that. Now to the business at hand. And it's all about tonight. The Emmy Awards Gala is our most important membership event. For many of you, this is the only time you'll touch the chapter or the Academy this year. Admittedly, we've had some rough nights. I've been known to refer to Emmy night as 60 minutes of solid entertainment jammed into a 4-hour show. And not too long ago, we didn't even recognize Emmy nominees. But those days are over. 2 years ago, led by our co-chairs of our Emmy Night Committee, we ripped this show apart and rebuilt it from scratch. The result is a more streamlined, more enjoyable, and more entertaining experience for everyone. There are a lot of people whose fingerprints are all over this show, but tonight we recognize the 2 people at the top. For going above and beyond the call of volunteer duty, the President's Award recognizes the year's most valuable board member, whose dedication and service to the chapter is worthy of the highest honor. This year's President's Award goes to our Emmy Night co-chairs, Virginia Panko and Jody Asheroff.
Emmy Night is a team effort. It takes everybody on the Board of Governors to make a wonderful show, and all of the technical staff, the lighting designers, set designers, to make an amazing production. So I started in 2002 on the Emmy committee when I was at News Channel 8, and am thrilled, News Channel 8, and am thrilled to continue helping bring this event to fruition every year. Thank you.
The woman you just heard from, Virginia Panko, is amazing. Most of what you see tonight is because of her. There are a lot of people that obviously had a part in this, but Virginia is amazing in what she does, and I've learned a lot from her. So thank you, Virginia, for letting me work with you. And Les Hines, by the way, we've had about 15 conversations today, and not once did you let on that this is happening. So you should get an Oscar for your performance. Absolutely. Well, you should get an Oscar for that. I want to thank you and everybody at NATAS. It's been a pleasure to serve as the Board of Governor and to be a co-chair for this event. People ask me, why do you do it? Why do you put in the hours? Why do you volunteer? The reason is I owe it to the television industry because of what it's given me. I've been blessed with many wonderful things and people in my life, and I can trace all of that directly or indirectly to my time in working in television. So I thank you for this honor, and thank you to my amazing wife Nancy, my daughter Hannah, Olivia, my mom, and my dad, my late dad, who got me into television. Thank you so much.
She considers herself a storytelling journalist and has been awarded with multiple Emmys and the 2016 Best Reporter Award from the Chesapeake Associated Press Broadcasters Association. A general assignment reporter for WBFF Fox 45 News in Baltimore, and a 2015 inductee into the Silver Circle. Please welcome Kathleen Parent.
From the O's to the Nats, to the Richmond Flying Squirrels, to the Frederick Teams. Sports can create pride as well as unify teams. But there's only one winner in sports. And tonight we honor storytellers who can take us beyond the highlights. So let's find out who's going to be taking home the trophies in the sports categories.
In the category Editor, Sports, the nominee is Monumental Productions Compilation. The Emmy goes to Monumental Productions Compilation.
Tim couldn't be here tonight. Okay, Davis accepted the award for him. He wanted to thank Uncle Ted and the artists of Monumental Sports Entertainment and everybody on the staff that helped make it possible. And thank you, of course, to the Academy.
The nominees for photographer sports are Baltimore Ravens Composite, Ravens Wire, Girl Power, 3 stories of athletes that amaze, Inside Trojan Football.
The Emmy goes to 2 nominees, Baltimore Ravens Composite.
Eddie couldn't be here tonight, so I'm accepting this for him. I want to thank everyone at table 9 and table 16, and go Ravens.
Ravens Wire.
Jeff Atkinson also couldn't be here tonight. Those are the only 2 in our group that couldn't be here, I swear. But
you want to say the same thing already.
In sports, play-by-play, the nominee is Joe Beninati, composite. The Emmy goes to Joe Beninati, composite.
Honored and humbled at the same time. Thank you to everyone at CSN led by Rebecca Schulte. I appreciate your cooperation. Sincere gratitude to the Capitals, players, coaches, managers, and support staffs, and to my ever-growing hockey family at CSN. Bill, you, Kevin, Ryan, Adam, Locker, Al, Alan, Rob, Tarek, Grant, Jill, Courtney. It's a pleasure and a treat to go to work with you guys each and every day. Thank you very much.
In the category of Sports News, Silly Story News Series, the nominees are Steve Smith Sr. Goes to Prom, WHSV Sports Presents, CrossFit Rubicon.
The Emmy goes to WHSV Sports Presents.
Coaches often use the word sacrifice, and I don't want our kids to have any kind of misunderstanding when they leave us what the word sacrifice means. It's not weight room, it's not football, it's not practice. It's a sacrifice that's given by our military every day.
September 7th, 2004 is a day that weighs heavily on the heart of Broadway football coach.
Well, I just want to thank everyone at WHSC, from my bosses to Fletcher, who helped shoot this story. I want to thank my wife and my family, some of them who are upstairs right now actually babysitting. So thanks, Mom, for taking that off my hands with me. Thank you.
The nominees for sports feature segment are 58 Homes in Haiti, The Keys to Keys, Bob Scott Trudy. The Emmy goes to 58 Homes in Haiti.
Self-help, and we must still do what we do because Haitian people are very resilient, and we have to continue to keep that and make sure the kids behind us have a better life. So anything that anybody want to do, we can do.
First off, thanks to the Raven for sending me and Eddie down to Haiti. Thanks to Elvis Duperville for building a bunch of homes in Haiti. And thanks to everybody, Table 9 and 16.
In sports, that game, live unedited, the nominee is Ottawa Senators at Washington Capitals, Ovechkin's 500 goal.
The Emmy goes to Ottawa Senators at Washington Capitals, Ovechkin's 500 goals.
Steve on the outside, just probing the defense now. Backdoor look, Ovechkin hunts.
This is our sixth Emmy nomination and fifth win in the last 8 years, so we've got a good thing rolling here. I'd like to thank Rebecca Schulte at CSN, Washington Capitals, Ted Leonsis, Zach Leonsis, Joe Beatty and Adam Miller, who are part of our production staff, as well as, let me get this out real quick. Joe Beninati, Craig Lockman, Al Cook, and Alan May and Jill Sorensen, on-air talent. Executive producer, director Bill Bell. Director Kevin Santos, Adam Miller over here, and our graphics operator John Movement. Hopefully we'll see you again next year. Thanks very much.
In sports, that game, live unedited, the nominee is Ottawa Senators at Washington Capitals, Ovechkin.
The nominees for promotion program sports are We Are the Flock, Masson 2016 Player Matchup Topicals, Orioles. Day After Day, Topicals, Orioles. The Emmy goes to 3 nominees. We Are the Flock.
I want to thank the Baltimore Ravens for letting us take on such a large-scale project. This was the largest scale thing we had ever done to date, and it took our whole team here, and I'm so happy and thankful to work with these guys. So, thank you all for making me look good, and for let's keep it going. And go Ravens!
Next in 2016 International Topical Orioles.
Taylor Ortiz wants to go out with a bang. Chris Tillman just wants to get the strikeout. Waiting goodbye versus waiting pitches. Frame the game. Orioles, Red Sox. The series starts next Monday on Messenger.
How y'all doing out there? All right, rock on. So, I've been nominated, I don't know how many times, but this is my first. Thank you to Rick Out and good to be here. My coworker, Dave Kramer, Richard Jones, who can't be here. So, thank you and go O's.
Day after day, Topical's Orioles.
How y'all doing? I told you I'm nominated several times, hadn't won, well I won one, now I got 2. So thank you all very much.
For Sports Program Series, the nominees are Ravens Kickoff, Capital Games, Rock the Road.
The Emmy goes to Capital Games, Rock the Road.
As the players begin to arrive at the Hendrick Capitals Iceplex on this wet October morning, the team race for what will prove to be a marathon day for those making the trip to Bridgeport. But despite the long night that awaits, the relentless grind in training camp never stops. Even on this day, the team will go through its regular array of activities.
We'd first like to thank the Washington Capitals. Without them, the access they gave us, this would not have been possible. So, the coaches, the players, their PR people, Sergey Kocherov, Dave Sagaster, we thank you. Rebecca Schulte, Joe Ferreira, Benjamin Case, and Frank Cristaboli, their leadership. This wouldn't have been possible without you. And to the unbelievable team, Kevin Howe, our unbelievable editor, Meredith Violi, Tom Hanahan, Larry Duvall, our great producers, they're unbelievable photographers. Brett Hyman, Dan Griswold, Mike D, Bill Hobson, Rich Wagner, awesome job, thank you.
In the category Sports, Daily or Weekly Program, the nominees are Geico Sportsnet Central, Ravens Report, Ravens Wire, Game On, 729 episode, Capitals Top, Interaction Meets Reaction, Geico Sportsnet Central, September 2016. The Emmy goes to 2 nominees. Geico Sportsnet Central, September 2016.
It's been the best of times and the worst of times. Hell, during these 10 years, while the league has seen unprecedented financial success, it has been had its fair share of controversies, navigate, play games, and a few. So, what will you give Goodell for his 2-year anniversary? First of all, I want to thank the producer of this show, Armand Lee, who is not here tonight. But he's just a fantastic guy, and there's no way the show doesn't know without him. I want to thank CSN, Rebecca Schultz, they always give me incredible amounts of freedom, and also my amazing wife, Nicole, who just got here. I'm really excited, and thank you very much.
I'm about 89% sure, for 2016, 17, and beyond.
Steve was the very first person to call me after my release in Minnesota, very first person. And he just told me he wanted me to come here, and I would be able to be myself. That was the biggest thing.
As you can see, I get to work with a group of people every day, and that makes it awesome. I want to thank my wife specifically this time. Love you. And this one's for my dad and my sister. Thanks.
Television for 40 years. From 1974 until 2014. In 2014, I decided to take a break and see what happens. Now I'm old and forgotten. That's what happens. But it's all right. I get a little work every now and then. In fact, this year I have been delivering movie reviews door to door. I go through neighborhoods and knock on doors. And when someone answers, I tell them for $2, I'll let them know what I think of Hollywood's latest blockbuster. I'll be in your neighborhood soon. Ask about my 3 for $5 get acquainted special. I know you're laughing. Laugh at me. Go ahead, laugh at me. It's all right. I'm old, I forgot. But you know, at $2 a review, I'm one of the highest paid critics in Washington. What the hell happened to salaries in this business? Yeah, my friends and I, we used to make a lot of money, and we didn't have to tweet. I would go into the newsroom, and I would say, this is so much fun, I do it for free. Well, I didn't really mean free. It was just an expression. When I came to NBC in 1974, we got a performer's contract. We got a 3-year salary. And then we got talent fees on top of that. We were on the fee system. That's what it was known as. I'm sure none of you are familiar with it, but if you did a story and the syndication service picked it up, that was $37.50. I used to get about one of those a week. And if you did something for a show produced by the program department, instead of the news department, we got up to 25. And every now and then you could call into NBC Radio, and that was $18.75. Those fees would rack up. And the AFTRA contract specified that if you worked more than 10 hours in a day, this is true, the company had to give you $5 cash to cover your meal expenses. That was the fee system. Yes, it's true. That was our first system. I love that fee system, but I think I got to where I worked it a little bit too hard. One night I came home and I was hungry. I wanted a snack. So I went into the kitchen,
When I opened the refrigerator door, the light came on, and I did a minute and a half, just out of habit. God, that's an old show. About 50 years old. I still love it. Well, few things are as much fun as a group of veteran broadcasters who get together to swap jokes and stories about their career. Tonight, it is my honor to introduce this reel of highlights from this year's Silver Circle ceremony. NATAS recognizes the benefit and value of veteran performers in the Silver Circle ceremony, honoring men and women who have worked 25 and 50 years. 50 is gold. So now, as the great Warner Wolf used to say on Channel 9, let's go to the videotape.
Professionals who represent a lifetime of achievement and the very best of our business.
Very good sight. Play ball on the station, football team, the newscaster throw was hectic. Predator and Warner Wolf's legendary verbal view.
We have a scene here at NBC4. We're working with
John has become one of the most respected auto experts in the world. He recently created the News 14 and 16. That's when we started with.
Totally team sport.
And we have this new segment now, so I'll let you know what it is. I'll take you to the streets. I'm with America. You don't have to apologize.
Someone came out of Ohio with a straw in his mouth. I never thought that I would got my first job, or even came to Washington, that I witnessed something of the magnitude of assassination.
These professionals now join an elite group that has been described by some as the National Academy's Hall of Fame. We call it the Gold and Silver Circles. 25 years of service for silver, 50 for gold.
Is it a football game or a party? A party or a football game?
There's more bad news here.
Volunteers as well, and of course, thanks to all of you for being here to join us in this special occasion tonight. Good night.
And there you have it. Great night, as it always is. Before we move on, how about a nice round of applause for one of my heroes, truly in the business, Arch Campbell, everybody. He made a $7.50 fee tonight on it. Very nice, great. All right, so did seeing that video make you think of a colleague that you might like to nominate for a Silver Circle Award? Tonight, we are happy to let you know that the next Gold and Silver Circle ceremony will be held on December 1st, 2018 at the Riggs Alumni Center at the University of Maryland. You can go to CapitalEmmys.tv and submit your nominations now. You don't have to do it right this minute, but tonight, tomorrow, and weeks ahead. And we hope to see you there for that ceremony. Now, the March 2017 Gold and Silver ceremony was part of a full day of activities hosted by the Philip Merrill College of Journalism at the University of Maryland. Headed up by the Education Committee and in partnership with the Gold and Silver Circle Committee, FaceTime with the Pros was a day-long student broadcast news seminar co-sponsored by NATAS, the Chesapeake Associated Press Broadcasters Association, the National Press Photographers Association, and the White House News Photographers Association. College and high school students from throughout the region spent the day meeting with broadcast professionals and getting hands-on experience on skills like anchoring, doing live shots, and getting advice on resumes and audition reels. The closing session was a great panel discussion with broadcast vets and members of the Gold and Silver Circle.
production crew for the Gold and Silver Circle ceremony, also part of the show, to continue to foster that great connection between the future employees at your stations and industry veterans. We incorporated the awards for outstanding achievement in student production into the evening. Sue Palka from Fox 5, Steve Buckhantz, play-by-play announcer for the Wizards, and Jim Vance from NBC4 were the presenters as we gave out certificates to each student and pillars to each school. Take a look at the video. Okay. If the video doesn't show, we'll tweet it to you later on. You will get it at some point. We want to say congratulations to the University of Maryland College Park, Philip Merrill College of Journalism. And we thank you too. And the winning entries from Capital News Service. The winners, there we go, you see it right there. Also the winners from the Rival News. And the winners from Viewfinder. We congratulate all of you who took part and all of you who were award winners. And to the young people in the room tonight and the young people who are encouraged by NATAS, keep working as hard as you are. Keep dreaming, because as you can see, yes, young people, I see them this right there. There you go. You know, as you can see from tonight and from some of the recipients this evening, some great things can happen for you when you work in this industry and in this career. You meet some great people, you get to do some great things. So congratulations to you, and we wish you the best. All right, now we're going to take a look at the next set of categories.
For Featured News Report, Light Feature, Light Series, the nominees are 100 Times Before, Standing Caught, Kings for Clarence, Scott Rensberger's Open Road, Feature Series Composite.
The Emmy goes to Scott Rensberger's Open Road Feature Series Composite.
On the edge of Staten Island, near a place called Fresh Kills, lies one of the most unusual graveyards in the United States.
This is obviously dangerous. These boats are falling apart.
The only way to get here is by boat. I had to buy a canoe to do that story. I do this little segment called Open Road on WSA 9, and it's just, I have such a great time with it. It's very low budget. I'm a reporter, photographer, and editor. But I have a secret weapon. My 6-year-old daughter, Mercer, she's my sound girl. And I take her as often as I could. I didn't take her on that particular story because it was kind of dangerous. But she's wonderful. And so this goes to her. And she's actually kind of a terrible sound girl, but she's a wonderful daughter.
In the category Feature News Report, Serious Feature, the nominees are Almas and El Olvido, Firefighter Falcon Hands Family Legacy, Monaco. These are the 2 nominees. Firefighter Falcon Hands Family Legacy.
You want something. I just want to you need the energy to pay your dues. That's like being part of a sports team or a fraternity. You're around guys all the time.
So many people to thank. I just got married 3 weeks ago, so beautiful, smart, doctor wife, Kristen, thank you so much. Also, my team at WBFF could not do this without you. I also want to thank Colin Knockmore, who promised he'd give me his hats for this speech, but he's not here yet.
Thanks everybody at Sinclair, everybody being here and supporting all of us, really appreciate it. Mike Tomford, News Director, Bill Fanchar, GM, thank you so much. And everybody at Table 10, in Jeffy, thank you so much.
nuevos agentes. Para ingresar se necesita un título universitario que más de cumplir con más de 800 horas de entrenamiento. Thank you everybody, thanks to my amazing team. Esto como siempre lo digo es para mi país Panamá, para mi familia, mamá te amo, a mis hermanos de todos los que me están viendo.
Thank you everyone, thank you my co-workers, thank you mamá. Thank you. Gracias Edu por nuestro equipo y obviamente a tu mamá, mi papá, para todo el mundo en Puerto Rico y Nayib, te quiero.
Senior Series, the nominee is Codijo Postal Ceremony.
The Emmy goes to Codigo Postal Ceremony.
Hello, I have not seen you in a long time, how are you? De nuevo, como siempre, esto para mi equipo, para mi familia, para mi país Panamá, que lo digo siempre presente, y bueno, espero que todos estén bien. Arriba el periodismo hispano.
Muchas gracias, por favor, gracias a mis compañeros de trabajo.
In technology, new single story, news feature, new series, the nominees are Cracking Through the Confusion, the science of searching for those with dementia. E.T. Phone Home, just use a landline. 90-year-old World War II veteran turned Reddit guru. The Emmy goes to 3 nominees. Cracking Through the Confusion, the science of searching for those with dementia.
Fatality rate for dementia cases is twice that of lost children.
Kester lives in Virginia, but travels the world training search crews how to find all kinds of missing people.
For a long time, in search and rescue, we would use to look for hikers and hunters. And
Having worked with Tisha Thompson for 11 years, I know this is one of her favorite stories. The story about how law enforcement are using new technology to help track down missing people with dementia. I'm honored to accept this award. She did it. Thank you guys.
E.T. Phone Home, just use a landline.
Quebec, West Virginia, just one ant station here for labor. And the only bits and bites come from the chickens that nearly outnumber the people. But it's not the shelter of these mountains that shields Quebec from the constant buzz of technology. It's the demands of that technology itself.
Their life is less involved in that technology, that's all.
David Jennings grew up here, and now he's the law.
It's all alone in there by yourself.
But there's another force of law here. This is the best ending because I got to allow Alex Brower into a jail cell for it, so it was so much fun. We want to say thank you so much to our bosses at Circa. We want to say we are so inspired every single day by the team of people we work with. They are innovative, they are young, they are smart, they are sharp, and they are pushing us old two dinosaurs in a completely different direction, and for that we are so, so grateful. So thank you so, so much.
90-year-old World War II veteran turned Reddit guru.
There were some days Ron Laker's done the same way for decades.
I think it's important to know what's happening locally.
Well, lately,
To the left in Linda's office,
he's been changing things up. 2 flights, in fact.
and one more.
Flying daily.
Certainly, I'm not easy option. Good to be here tonight, so thank you very much.
The nominees for Arts and Entertainment, News Feature, News Series are To a Man, Mando Kids, Art and Strength, Conservation Music, Saving the World One Note at a Time, Life is 3-Ring Circus.
The Emmy goes to 3 nominees. Tuba Man.
Last fall, Congress surpassed all expectations and some would say all common sense. When he rigged a program tank to his tool. The fire-breathing instrument was eventually shelved due to understandable safety concerns.
I want to thank Kevin for making like 534 edits in that story, so thank you so much, Gala. I think we can all learn a little bit from two men. Do what you love and not give a crap what anyone thinks.
Good eyes
I really want to thank Drew Snadke, whose college professor is here, who told me in the pregame party that he never showed up for class. But here he is in Denver, and I'm accepting this award on behalf of both of us. And again, my beautiful, smart wife, Kristen, of whom I just married. And also Jeff Abel. This could not have been done without your mentorship. Jeffrey Abel, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
To me, music is life.
Even while playing from the comforts of home. This traveling musician's mind remains forever.
Hey, good evening, folks. Just want to say thank you to my beautiful girlfriend Melissa, my mom Ann, my stepdad Charlie, my family at WTBR, especially this guy, Brad Wilson, who is always willing to roll up his sleeves any time of the day, any time of the night, and tell a story. Thank you.
For crime, no crime limits, the nominees are Framed by Love, A Friendship Worth Fighting For, Beyond the Bullets, MS-13, El Despertar. The Emmy goes to 3 nominees. Framed by Love.
Pamela Brookrock always finds comfort in a tiny corner of her home. On her ancestor table, Richmond.
It's not too often that police department in your city, Richmond, comes to you and says, hey, can you try to help us solve a crime? They did that with this story, and we got our chance to help. And this crime is still to be solved at this point. It's an emotional story, but we're proud to tell it.
The story is from Muhammad al-Bakr, whose crime is still not solved, so let's hope it does.
MS-13,
Diseminados en 46 estados de la nación, el Distrito de Columbia jamás estará aprovechado en la
MS-13 was conceived and born here in the USA as a result of hate and abuse. And if we don't change those things, the crime and all the things that they're doing are going to continue here. I would like to thank a lot of people that helped me to get here, but I cannot share this with anyone but the one who has been with me throughout my whole life, loves me no matter what, and that's a hard thing. And everything I am, everything I have become, and everything I've conquered is because of him. And this goes to God, the Son, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit.
A Friendship Worth Fighting For.
That's what he said. He called up. He was going to kill.
One shot fatally strikes Officer Jimmy Halcomb in the neck. 5 other officers are injured, and
Joy couldn't be here tonight. She's on her way back from the IRE conference, but this is a story that meant a lot to her. Joy is extremely hardworking, dedicated. She's not afraid to help people out on their BS, even if it happens to be their news director. So, congratulations.
congratulations to her. It's very well deserved. And for Brian Johnson, the photographer who just had a baby last week, Patrick Johnson is in the house down at the Johnson household in Oakville. So congrats, Patrick. Congrats, Brian.
The nominee for Prime within 24 hours is How Are You Feeling?
The Emmy goes to How Are You Feeling?
Has its fair share of challenges. A neighborhood in a city that's seen more officer-involved shootings in this year than any other city in Hampton Roads. With 2 recent officer-involved shootings creating outrage in the country and the retaliation against officers in Dallas, Lewis is even more concerned about his community.
We respect neighborhoods and neighborhoods that are challenged.
And just a few miles away, in downtown Norfolk, people are echoing those concerns.
Thank you so much. It's such a huge honor. This is my first Emmy win. I want to dedicate this to my very, very supportive family. And to my WBEC family for always letting us be very creative.
Yeah, and also I'd like to thank God, I'd like to thank my beautiful fiance, Emmy right there, my parents back at home, and I also like to thank every single Black, male, and female in the industry that made it easier for me to get here. Thank you.
For third time, no time limit, the nominees are Mas que Palabras, Christmas in April, Mi Vida en Francisco, Niños de la Noche. The Emmy goes to 2 nominees, Mi Vida en Francisco.
I'm glad I didn't wear white, that was ridiculous. Thank you to my parents, everything I do to make my parents proud, being Mexican immigrants. I am their best version, I am the American dream for them, and thank you to Cesar Suarez, my boss, who is not just a mentor, but just a huge friend, and is the one that's constantly pushing our entire team. I'm part of an amazing team. Thank you so much.
The one that I sacrificed the most, doing my stories, and it is my song, you know what? Also my mom, mami, gracias por todas sus oraciones, Dios es fiel. And also all of my co-workers that somehow play an important role. Thank you for trusting me. Mi jefa Sara, Asociación Primaveral, who helped me, and it is the biggest desire of my heart that someone else could pick his story, because these kids have a lot of needs. They don't even have anything to eat, and they're scream without any medical help. With that, I just want to encourage all of the MMJs that sometimes you complain too much, and it is a challenge, but you know, it is a nice ride. Just enjoy it. Love your camera, and just be grateful for the opportunity.
this regional chapter hands out a scholarship award in honor of Betty Endicott. Familiar with that name? Good, maybe you should know. Betty Endicott is the first woman news director in Washington, D.C. And that is why it's so great that we do this and we're doing it this way. Now, to be eligible for it, you have to be either a graduate or undergraduate student studying broadcast journalism or communications in their school year. And we are so happy to have with us here this year's 2017 Betty Endicott Scholarship Award winner. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Ashley Whitby from George Mason University. How about that? Now, from what I understand, you're graduating next year?
Correct, I'm graduating this spring, class of 2018.
Okay, I understand that you have a 3.95 GPA. Right now?
I mean, it kind of brags for itself a little bit. I don't want to, like, rub it in anyone's face.
Listen, let me tell you something, little whippersnapper. To show you how far we've come. Back in my day, 3.95 was your hourly wage when you got your first job. Anybody else? Huh? Not just you, Arch. One of the things that is so amazing from what I heard about your application was that you started your own TV channel at George Mason.
I do have a show, so that Mason Cable News. I watched it my first day and I was like, so I have a show idea. And the guy was like, okay. And I said, so what do I do now? And he's like, well, you want to make it happen? I said, yeah, it's going to happen. So I started, and you can see this fun fact show. If you want to watch it on YouTube, it's like 2 minutes. So it's really awesome. And it's been awesome to film it in a closet in the back room at the university for a couple years. And it's cool that it actually turned into something like, here I am. So yeah.
You're a perfect example of the YouTube generation. That's the way to get started. Did you bring any reels for anybody? We have some people in here who can actually write some checks and employ a few people. Did you bring any reel?
I didn't quite bring it with me, but I can direct you. I mean, I have a website, and I'm standing right here, and I'm wearing this back.
Work it, girl. Work the room, girl. All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I am so pleased to present to Ashley Whitby this year's Betty Endicott Award. And here, along with that document here, you're going to, this is the one you're going to want. A check for $5,000. There you go. And I trust there's no hookers or cocaine on that. Okay? You learned your lesson, right?
Lots to do that, so maybe later.
Congratulations, girl. Way to go. Way to go. Tony, back over to you.
The nominees are Where's Gala?
Thank you, Leon. Let's hear it again for Ashley. We are moving. This one's going fast, folks, right? Not too bad, not too bad. Let's keep it going. Here is your next group of categories.
In military news, single-story news series, the nominees are Where's Gala? The Unknowns, Robin Sage, The Making of a Green Beret.
The Emmy goes to Where's Gala?
Alice Waller lost count years ago of just how many times she has poured over these paragraphs. This particular note stands out among the rest.
Wednesday morning, dear Alice.
The author, her brother she hasn't seen in 50 years.
There's been plenty of thrills, but nothing serious has happened.
Folks, this story started when Duff's sister walked up to me on the sidewalk and said her brother had not come home from Vietnam 50 years on from the war. She said, can you help? I asked this guy on my shoulder, would you like to go to Cleveland? Talk to the widow. And he said, let's do it, let's roll. So this is for Duff, and this is for all the men and women who have not made it home from war and all of the wars of this great country. Thank you.
The nominee is It's All About Name Recognition. The Emmy goes to It's All About Name Recognition.
This time,
Dominating the player, APA.
Nominees is dominated by debate.
To define the total outcome of the score?
No, I don't know what
So there's a lot of factors.
So this is my buddy Brian, who worked on this award. He's on FaceTime right now. He just became a new dad. Let's hear it for the new dad, Brian Johnson.
Well, yes, sir. It's a huge honor, and I want to thank my newborn here, Patrick Mike. And I want to thank my wife, and yeah, congrats. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, everybody. That means the world to Patrick Johnson, newborn Patrick.
The nominees for Politics Government, No Time Limit are King and Honduras, Deadlock, Bud Dial Death, Silent Auction, GSA selling recalled cars, Church Work on City Time.
The Emmy goes to two nominees. King in Honduras.
Progreso es una actividad en el noroeste de Honduras. Aquí, caballos blancos harán carreras sobre cargadas a la par de camionetas. Hace casi 40 años cuando Tim King vivió en este país.
Thank you very much, and I'd like to congratulate all the winners and all the nominees tonight. The work that we've seen tonight is a testament to the fact that nobody here does fake news, nobody here should be banned, nobody here should be joked, and we must continue to improve the power, regardless of what anyone says, that is how firmly our free democracy alive. Thank you very much, and thanks to all of you, Rafael, Edwin, Lillian, thanks to the young Hispanic journalists who showed up tonight. Thank you.
Bud Dial Death.
It's now been a few months since Michael Paulus lost his father, and how he died is not getting any easier.
We're paying the taxes for this service. It fails us.
Late in the night on April 23rd, 56-year-old Robert Paulus called 911 from his treasure.
We're spending Mickey here tonight. He's actually on a flight back from the IRE convention. He wanted me to thank WJLA for their support and their commitment to investigative reporting. And I want to thank all the Sinclair and Circuit employees here tonight for their hard work and commitment to being the best. Thank you.
In the category Education Schools within 24 hours, the nominees are the Confederate History Debate, A Night Fit for a King. The Emmy goes to the Confederate History Debate.
In Kansas, the board voted against changing the school names of Jefferson Davis and Campus and Lee. But as activists, politicians, scholars, and ordinary citizens lend their voices to one of this country's most contentious debates, there is an untapped group of experts.
Lincoln's first choice to head the Union Army.
10-year-olds who just finished turning the pages of this country's history in 4th grade.
It's important to know lessons that people.
Hi, Janet and John couldn't be here tonight, but they both wanted me to make sure that they thanked the 4th graders who participated in this story. They felt it was a unique and different and special way to tell the story of the Confederate debate. So thank you very much.
The nominees for Education Schools, No Time Limit are Mountain Mission School, Building Better Minds.
The Emmy goes to Mountain Mission School.
In the mountains of Southwest Virginia.
You just did a bit of nowhere.
Sits Grundy.
I feel like I was coming.
thanks to Nick Bernard, who went to Nashville. So thanks to her and her dad who actually told about the story. Thanks to my beautiful wife Melissa and Andrea as well, who helped us narrow down the story and get it to where it is. So thanks everybody for showing up.
Historic cultural news. The nominees are World War II on Our Shores, I Kissed the King, Oswald's Ride, the car held bad feelings for her. The Emmy goes to 3 nominees. World War II on Our Shores.
As nights turn to days on the Atlantic Ocean, days turn to years, and years to generations.
I was looking for Paul. I have to thank my wife, Lauren, and my son, Lucas, who's 20 months old and is upstairs in the room right now. I also want to thank Jeremy Settle. He was my very first news director in Charlottesville, Virginia. He's here. It came full circle, Jeremy. Mike Tomko, you gave us 2 days to shoot this, and this was on a whim. You just asked me for this, and we were crossing our fingers that you let us shoot this. And thank you so much, and we're glad to do the show for you.
Thanks for the hotel room, Mike. And Lucas, if you're watching, order a dessert. It's on Dad's.
I Kissed the King.
I didn't know who he was, and never heard of him.
60 years ago, Barbara Gray's friends convinced her to call royalty in his hotel room.
I said, yeah, I want to talk to him. I didn't want to call.
Their conversation.
And we talked for about an hour and a half.
Barbara Gray is the elderly woman. She's 80 now. She was that beautiful gal 60 years ago that was mugging it up and French kissing Elvis Presley in this darkened stairwell in Richmond at the Van Noss Theater. And we found her in Charleston, South Carolina. She said yes. I asked this guy, do you want to go to Charleston for the night? He said yes, let's do it. And that's how I Kissed the King came to be. So this is for the King and for Barbara Gray. And let's go.
Isn't it amazing we get to tell these stories at WTVR? How about that? I want to thank our news director, Cheryl Barnhouse, for the insight to tell these types of stories. Thank you.
Oswald's Ride. This car held bad feelings for her.
I love this. I live for this.
Just happens to be Frank Battison's happy place.
Right now, I'm living my dream. I'm working on Google.
Yeah, Fred Battleston called and left a message and said, hey, I have a story that you might be interested in. I have a Oswald's car in this garage that is next to Chesterfield Airport, just outside of Richmond. And sure enough, it is Oswald's Ride. It's one of the last remaining historical artifacts linked to JFK's assassination. And it's sitting in Richmond in a garage. And so this is to Frank Battleston calling. And journalists, when those phones ring, pick it up and call back those folks because they might have some great stories for you.
Thank you.
The nominees for Religion News single-story news series are Dear God, Why? Faith in Our Town, Nathan's Hope.
The Emmy goes to Nathan's Hope.
It's the play everyone was talking about, the Liberty playing spring game. 9-year-old Nathan Norman taking one to the house.
Just before Thanksgiving.
Good evening. I want to first say thank you to our broadcast family because over the past 7 months, we've received really unlimited amount of love and support from so many people in this room, especially
our good friends at WUSA 9 and our good friends at Comcast Sportsnet who were there to encourage us, make sure we were doing well, and were there for anything we really needed over the last 7 months. I want to tell just one quick story about Kristen, and I think it really embodies the person that she is. It was back in November, and she was down in Florida getting her final fitting for her wedding dress. Obviously, one of those real emotional, wonderful moments. She was with her mom at the time, and she got the phone call. And she knew the news wasn't good at the time, and she had been through this before, so immediately it hit her. She had breast cancer again for the second time. So I was at home, and she picked up the phone, and she called me right away. We're expecting a call from the doctor, and we cried for about 2 minutes. It was the last time that she cried over cancer. It was the last time that she shed a tear. And to me, that just says what kind of person she is. She's strong, she's a role model, she's an advocate, and to go through it so publicly. And there was articles in the Washington Post, the Baltimore Sun, and stories on WUSA, is not easy, but she championed the cause. And so often we have phone calls and text messages, Facebook messages, family, friends of friends would reach out to her, and she always had time for it. Always there with a friendly voice of encouragement and guidance. To me, honestly, she's the most selfless person I've ever met in my whole life. Here's a look at some of Kristen's work.
Just before Thanksgiving, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now, this is the second time I've gone to battle with this disease. I was diagnosed back in 2009 at the age of 27, had surgery, treatment, and was declared cancer-free 2 years ago. But it appears the celebration is short-lived. I'm preparing for another fight. Now, the prognosis is great news, but it is going to require me to step away from the anchor desk and from my friends here at WUSA 9 for a few weeks as I undergo treatment, but the support has been incredible. All the support from you, the viewers, tonight when we put the story up on Facebook. It's just absolutely amazing, and of course, sadly there's kind of a sisterhood out there of women that have gone through this before, but we've all kind of connected through it, and I know that support and those prayers are all there.
No matter what's going on, no matter where she is, what she's doing, I don't think I've ever seen Kristen Brissett without a smile on her face or moving somewhere with happiness and purpose. Despite everything that's gone on, she has persevered, and she inspires everyone here to do the best that they can every day with the time that they have. It's going to be great having her back here at WUSA 9 very soon.
I've known you since the day I walked in the door, and every day you have a wonderful smile on your face, and every day you make all of us a little bit better. We're so happy to have you back.
Katie, congratulations for being the 10 Games Award. We cannot think of anybody more deserving of the award. And your time the last few months, I've never seen anyone with more grace and strength dealing with what you've dealt with. We have no idea just how strong you are. We can just see how you act every day. It is with a smile, it is with joy, and you always have a sense of humor. Can't wait to get you back here. Again, congratulations.
Begin now.
Wanted to help others find their strength. And I watched as you told a few of us that you had cancer and you kept going. I watched as you navigated the plans for your wedding and your future with uncertainty looming large. And I watched with tears in my eyes as you rang that bell of hope, signaling a new day for you, your wonderful husband, Brent, and the girls. You kicked cancer, and you know what? My badass, brave, bold, and beloved friend. You inspire me, and I know you accept your 10 Yates Award with grace, with glory, and with gratitude. So I'm sending you a warm hug and a lot of love on this special night.
You talk about somebody deserving and deserves such an award like this. Believe me, what you've been through, you deserve more than just this award. You've been an inspiration to me and to anybody who's had to battle a disease like you've been battling. And you've done it with grace, you've done it with dignity, and you have been just a role model for all of us. We all wish if we were ever in a situation like you, we could do it the same way you are. Congratulations, you deserve this award, all the best, and you are the very best.
Just to point out, Mr. Rangel, with tears of joy, it was an amazing day. It is my honor to introduce my wife, my best friend, the love of my life, and the best darn sportscaster I know. Please welcome to the stage, WUSA 9's Kristen Brissett-Harris.
I'm so grateful and so blessed, but just to stand up here in front of all of you, because there's so many in this room that have been a part of my journey over the last 7 years since I was originally diagnosed. I came to Baltimore in January 2009. Scott Livingston saw something in me and gave me my first job as a sports anchor. But only 6 months in, I was diagnosed at 27 years old, and of course, moved to a new city. I'm from Florida originally, and didn't know anybody really. My parents came up for the surgery. My mom stayed with me for a month because I couldn't drive, but I went back to work after 10 days. And my producer, you all know him, call him the Machine, Paul Strugowski. He's my brother from another mother. He was my rock. He had just finished chemo treatment for lymphoma, and he was just 19 years old. So, in my mind, God put me at that station in that city for a reason, not just to have the friends and support that I had at WBFF, but to get some of the best treatment at Johns Hopkins. And then kept me in the area to WUSA 9, who was already known very much so for their breast cancer outreach and advocacy with the Buddy Check 9 started by our friend Andrea Roan. It was meant for me to be there, and I've never been shy to share my story because, as we all know as journalists, we are given such an incredible platform to help our community, to make our community smarter, stronger, better. And there was no way I was going to hide my story if I could help just one person feel better about what they were having to go through. As you heard what Brent said, all was well and good. 7 years. I finished my medicine and cancer treatment after 5 years. I graduated, as they call it. I was cancer-free and 1 month away from our wedding this past December. And I just gotten back from my bachelorette party. Had an incredible time in Nashville with some of my closest friends, including some that I met at WBFF. And my husband gave me a hug, welcoming me home, and felt some pain under my left arm. And it just was very familiar. And I kind of felt around there and did an exam and just kind of knew in the back of my mind what maybe we were in store for. I called all my doctors at Johns Hopkins. They had followed us on Facebook and watched Fox 45 when I was there. So they were always champions for me, and they got me in right away, and I just kind of knew. I was there for about 2 or 3 hours, and I just kind of knew what was happening. And as Brent said, we were in Miami, my mom and I enjoyed the Florida sunshine in November. When I got the call, they said, you have cancer again. It was 3 dreaded words. Now, as Brent said, I called him. It's hard to be away from your future husband when that happens, and cried. But I knew that, I knew what was to come, and I knew how strong I had become. I had a lot of emotions, but it wasn't because I had cancer again, because my mom's here and the girls are here, so I'm going to watch my language, but I knew I was going to kick cancer's big old butt one more time. So I wasn't worried about that, but it takes over your life. Any of you, and I'm sure probably the majority of you in this room have been touched, either affected by a disease or know somebody or loved one that has, and you know how much it takes over your life. The tests, the scans, everything. That's what's so overwhelming. Not so much the prognosis. As American author Terry Tempest Williams once said, cancer doesn't just affect the individual, it affects the family. And it's true. My parents, my brother, my husband, my stepdaughters, who are all here tonight, they all were there to support me. My parents came up from Florida. Oh, I was also moving from D.C. to Bel Air at the same time. So they had to pack up my entire apartment. But my dad was about to kill me. Thank you, Dad. That's what you do for your little girl. They were here. My brother came up to visit and spend time. Brent drove me to every doctor's appointment and drove me every day to radiation in Baltimore. The pictures you saw at the Maryland Proton Center. Every single day for 6.5 weeks. And sat there in the waiting room while I went and got treatment. My stepdaughters, Ellie and Gabby, 2 incredible young ladies. You know, it's really hard to tell your loved ones and adults that you have cancer, but to tell these 2 young ladies, but they are so more mature and smarter than for their age at 10 and 12. You 2 are just incredible. They kept me laughing all the time, kept me on my toes, and we just kind of lived as normal of a life as we could. And for that, I'm truly grateful for all of you. My friends at Channel 9, your support has been immeasurable. Channel 9 is the longest place I've ever been in our field of journalism as we move around so much. I've been there 6.5 years now. I can't believe it. My girl Diane Roberts, she set up a meal delivery plan, and a lot of my colleagues delivered meals to me after my surgery when Brent had to work nights, especially weekend nights. They had meals delivered to me in Bethesda, to Bel Air, the emails, the phone calls, the texts. You guys, your undying support and love was incredible, because you know there's the initial shock, and it's initial shock for everybody. And I know I said in the video I'd be gone for a few weeks. I've kind of been gone for like 5 months now. But you start to feel like, you know, in a way you're forgotten about. People go on with their lives. You're not the center of their world. And the video you saw of me hugging them, I had gone back. I just was 2-3 weeks into radiation, and just the response was so heartwarming. And realized how much I enjoy working with all of you, and I'm so honored to call you my friends. Topper, Leslie, Bruce, Adam, Wendy, my producer Tom, Frank, Satch, Deb, my girl who's going to be a bride next weekend, Sue, Andrea, Francis, Sonia, Matt, Elizabeth, Roberta, Sam, all of you at Channel 9. I know there's so many, I can't name you all. Truly blessed to have you all supporting me. To my friends at the Baltimore Ravens, It's been an honor to be a part of your team for the last 3 years, and congratulations to all of you tonight. Thank you for your prayers and your support. I have a Ravens jersey on with my name on it now. It says number 9, because that's when I joined them and came to Baltimore. I wear that with honor. Thank you so much. To Les Hines, Virginia, Joe Yasharoff, the entire Board of Governors for this incredible honor, thank you so very much. And to, honestly, our viewers, after that announcement on TV and the articles in the Sun and the Post, I was flooded with Facebook messages and emails from our viewers. So many have gone through something similar, offering your support, and sometimes I know a lot of you are out in the field. I don't get out in the field too much unless I'm at a locker room talking to some football players. So you kind of get in a little bit of a bubble. And to know that those viewers are out there and supporting me, some sent gifts. I mean, it was just amazing. I'm grateful to be able to share my personal battles. And what's really been interesting is over the last 7 years, I've had sorority sisters and childhood friends and even former colleagues at Channel 9 that have reached out to me that they themselves have been diagnosed with breast cancer or found out that they have the gene for breast cancer and were going through the surgery. Those were the same people that I reached out to this time. It's come full circle. And they were there just as much as I hoped that I was there for them. Like I said, it's a sorority you never want to be a part of, but you sure as hell glad it's there. I read an article recently about the peaks and valleys of life, and we all go through them, of course, with our job, with journalism, and the way things are always changing, and just in life and personal situations, health. And we all strive to be the best. We all strive to make it to the top. But many times we find ourselves in that valley. Many times we find ourselves clawing just to get out, thinking there's no one here to save me, there's no one here to help me. But in this article, it quoted, it was Oprah magazine, I'll admit that. Hey, she's got some good advice, right? But it really struck me. It said, don't knock the valleys. Everybody wants to be on the mountaintop. But up there, the air is thin, it can be hard to breathe, and all you can do is stand still and try not to fall. But in the valley, that is where the river runs, and that is where all the power is. The compassion, the encouragement, the love, support you all have shown me, that is my power. That is my river. Thank you for flowing through me and keeping me strong and keeping me healthy. There's going to be good days and bad, but it's you guys that are going to lift me up and keep me strong. I can't wait to get back to my Channel 9 friends. Thank you all very much.
Since 1994, a 10-time, make that 11-time after tonight.